Good morning, Gogglefroggers, and how are you this morning? Hopefully, you've had a wonderful week. It is Saturday, and no matter what the weather's like in your part of the world or the country, we are here, or rather, I'm here to see you. Thank you for joining me, and you know the rules. You've been with us before. I hope you got a nice cup of something nice. I've got a nice cup of tea, and I've got some cordial as well. And I hope you've got your knitting with you as well. So I've got mine here, still working through this project. And you know what? I suddenly noticed something when I went into the boot the other night, and I got some magazines. So I thought I'd show you a couple of things that I saw that, you know, when you have patterns that you buy over the years and you think, I must create something out of my stash that looks similar to that. So I thought I'd share with you a few little projects that I will be working and trying to create out of my stash. So anyway, without further ado, there is a chat box. Please, if it's your first time with us, say where you're watching us from and chat amongst each other. Chat amongst yourselves and get to know each other while the show is going. So I'm Angela, and Robert is at work, and I think Marion's having a well-earned morning. So hopefully they're both fine. Don't worry, they are really, really fine. So it's me with you this morning. So back to the olden days when we set this up. In March 20th last year, 2020, and then Robert had to go back to work. So we call this going solo. So I will be talking to you for the next hour, supping my tea, doing a little bit of knitting. We'll listen to a bit of music, and I'll have a look at some of these magazines and show you a couple of things that I saw that I thought are really quite interesting. So let's say some good morning, shall we? And I know it's Saturday morning, so we'll have lots of people joining us throughout the show as well. So hello to Trisha, how are you? I bet you've been out for your long morning walk already. So far this morning, I've listened to about an hour of book, really amazing book. Honestly, so inspirational. I might tell you about that in a little while. So I've listened to a book. I've helped my mum. I've given my mum and my husband breakfast in bed. I've fed the cat. The cat's now relaxing. Everyone's relaxing. And we're here together. So I've had a couple of hours up already. Linda, good morning, Linda. How are you? Lovely to see you. Good morning, Judy. Lovely to see you. And hello, Janice. How is London? Is it sunny or not? Let us know. It's always sunny in Gogglefrogs time, though, isn't it? Hello, Grace. Lovely to see you again. And hello, Deborah. How are you? And hello, good morning, Dawn. Hopefully you've got a relaxing day and no book deadlines today. Hopefully that's okay. And good morning, Brigitte. How are you today? And good morning, Anne. And I know somebody else has joined, so sorry I can't see who else, but that's what happens, okay? So never mind. Anyway, let's go through the chat. And Grace said good morning, a lovely emoji there as well. Brigitte says, morning peeps, 246A. Yes, we had a Facebook Live the other day, didn't we? Which we don't show as a numbered show because it's held on Facebook and not then put onto YouTube. So it becomes different. But yeah, so this is 246-ish, thereabouts, you know. Tricia says, morning all, joining for a little while. I know you join us and then go because you joined somebody else on a Saturday as well. So that's lovely. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Judy says, hello, everyone. Linda says, good morning. Janice says, back on Demio. Yay. Good morning, Marion. I thought you were from the morning off.
No, I had a late morning. I didn't sleep very well last night at all.
Oh, no.
And when I did finally get off to sleep, I just wanted to stay asleep.
You should have done. You can do these things. Well, I tell you what,
right.
You probably need to go and have a lie down this afternoon then.
I've got some cooking to do.
Talking about cooking, just going through the chat, and Linda says cake making instead of knitting this morning. Enjoy.
I'm going to make something called a very fruity fruit cake, which contains tinned pineapple. A cake I've never made before.
What, Linda makes that?
No, I'm going to make it.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Well, no, Robert's not here today, Ollie. No, Ollie. No, Robert today.
Yeah, it is not a because you put tinned pineapple in my husband's Genoa sponge cake.
No, this one's
also has chunks of pineapple in. So I don't know why
this one I got from a church 20 years ago, and I have yet to make it. So today's going to be a first. So yeah,
you must let us know.
I will.
So Linda, tell us what you're baking today. I've actually got I've got virtual gin in the afternoon tomorrow with a very, very good friend. So we're going to have gin and tonic.
Gin. How can you have virtual gin?
Like this, but we have gin and tonic while we chat to each other.
Oh, you have a line of different sort of gins.
No, my friend's up north and I'm down here. So we're going to have a chat tomorrow afternoon and just have a gin and tonic while we chat to each other.
Are you going to have different flavours of gins, though?
It'll just be what's there. It's the afternoon. I can only have one.
How big a one?
Well, who knows?
Having met your mum.
Oh, she has. She's met her several times. So it's so we're going to do that tomorrow.
I'm just getting nitty.
And she's going, and I've said I'll share my blueberry and lime cake because she thinks it's lovely. So I'm going to share the recipe tomorrow. So Linda, let us know what cake you are making. Baking instead of knitting. Dawn says, good morning, everyone. Just took Maisie for a walk. So humid out there. Oh, I thought it was going to clear the air, the little bit of a storm. Well, it wasn't really a storm, was it? It was a bit of rain, but it didn't break that humidity. So hopefully it'll go eventually. Deborah says, morning all. Janice, yes, Brigitte says, Janice, yes, thankfully. Like back on Demio. Good to know that you love Demio. We love it as well. It's so easy because if you're using a different system, it's so easy to forget to hit the record button because you have so many things that you're doing as presenters. So the number of times people forget to hit the record button and then forget to wait for it to download and then send it out to everyone. So this system is just, it makes it so easy for everybody. So nothing's missed and we don't have to think about things. So we can just be with you. So that's really nice. So Deborah says, out in the garden this morning. Managed to sort the internet at last, so it works outside. Way perfect. I've got some blooming thing out there. Jill banned Wi-Fi extender. Useless, it's going back.
We've got one of those.
You know when they come, and you know the type that you actually want. And then when it arrives, it's just like, this isn't the type I want. So that's going back, and I'll order another one when I've got an hour to trawl through again.
We've only got a normal 3-bedroom house. Have Wi-Fi fine on the ground floor. In our little bedroom at the front, fine. Bedroom above the kitchen, forget it. Get it. But the extender, now we can get it all the way up to the garage and in the bedroom where I am now. But we can't get it out the front either. BT could have sorted it for the grand sum of an extra £30 a month. The extension cost, the extender, the Wi-Fi extender, whatever it's called. You know me and technology. I think that cost us an extra £30 and somebody to fit it tenner.
Well, our walls are so blooming thick here. Old houses are always quirky with Wi-Fi. So I know the type I want because I know it does work. It extends it through the electric. Is it a ring main? You know, the electric wires.
Whatever.
And I know that's the one I want. But when you order them, sometimes you think you've ordered that based on the price, because now it's going to be about £100 for the kit plus. But then when this little thing arrives, it's just like, oh. There's only one in there. Why do you look as if there were two? So anyway, it's going back, and then I'll order again. But yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
That's all right. Dawn says, oops. Hang on a minute. Dawn says, I've got the light box out tracing another pattern for a camphor kit. You're going to have to, well, hopefully put on there to show us what the camphor kit is, because you finished one already, haven't you, Dawn? Anne says, morning, everyone. Georgie says, good morning. Hello, Georgie. Lovely to see you. Amber. Hello, New York. Good morning, everyone. Princess Curtain Crusher says hello. And Splodge says hello as well. She hasn't quite forgiven me, but she's in the other room, and she stayed in overnight. So we've got bless her, Splodgy Dodgy's starting to get used to us again, but she's fine. So I'm glad that Princess Curtain Crusher is okay, and I hope you're okay too, Amber. It's rather early over there in New York, isn't it? Brigid says, on Wednesday we were sweltering, and this morning our heating had kicked in. I know, it's just so weird, isn't it? You don't quite know what you need to do that day, and it's like getting dressed, isn't it? This morning I thought, I'm just going to put, I've got one pair of trainers. Never wear trainers, but I didn't want to put boots on, and I didn't want to put sandals on, so they're the next best thing. So I put those on. And Linda says, it's not just two, it is two Betty Crocker cakes, extremely chocolate and rainbow sprinkles. Oh, that's fab. Afternoon tea for my daughter's birthday, but as granddaughter Sarah has some food intolerances, we always use Betty Crocker, which she is fine with. Wonderful. And it is so key to know what people can't tolerate or are allergic to. And then the other thing that I will say is, especially for gluten, is the little silver balls that you put on top of things. People sometimes forget that they normally use wheat, so hundreds and thousands and all things like that. For me, because I can't do gluten, that's what I have to be really careful of. And I know they look really pretty, and there are alternatives, but it's just something I have to do. So and I used to love it, when you bite into a cupcake and you can, like, that crunch of the silver thing is lovely. Yeah.
Dragées.
And no, they've got chocolate in the middle.
The little, I thought they were dragées.
Yeah, they are. They're dragées, but the little balls, the little silver balls.
No, I thought that's what they were called.
No, yeah. They're ovals with chocolate in. So,
okay.
But yeah, wheat gets blinking everywhere, doesn't it? So you've got to be so careful.
That was my neighbour on the phone. She's quite distressed. Her next door neighbours started playing an organ at any time between midnight and 3 o'clock in the morning, and waking her up. So difficult.
It's always difficult, and in these cases, whilst we really don't want to, the hardest thing is to try and have those conversations so you can demonstrate what you've tried to resolve. And
from what I can gather, she won't enter into a conversation. So
yeah, unfortunately, I think something like that. There's places where you can play an organ at between midnight and 2 a.m. in the morning, but that's in the middle of a park. So that's the right place to go. So I believe there's a park not far from you, so they could just wander down there in the middle of the night if they really want to play an organ.
That's grown.
Oh, sorry. That's it. Yeah. That. Do you know what?
Wow.
This is one ball. So I actually did that. Again, something else that we all learn as we've gone through Gogglefrogs. So I joined them with a Russian join. Yeah, so I did the Russian join, and because it's so fine, this blooming stuff, it was actually quite hard to stick my, it's like you don't have really pointed needles in knitting, do you? No. So when you're trying to do a Russian join on one of those, it was really quite difficult because all of mine are lovely curved at the ends or lovely rounded ends, so that I don't split the yarn when I sew things up. So last night it did take me quite a few times to try and actually stick it through, but the Russian join's done now, so that's good, and that's something that I didn't know before we did Gogglefrogs. So yeah, but it has grown, so that's one ball. I'll do the second ball, and every time I use it, I sneeze. I get itching on my nose. So whatever this wool is, it's like it's got the same effect as mohair with me.
What's the yarn mix?
It just says 100% wool. It's lovely. It's Toft. And it's 100% wool made in the UK. So, and I know Toft wool is absolutely lovely. It's just me and my blinking allergies. So yeah, but it's
You're a walking disaster area, you are.
Well, it's just do you know what I'm so much better. When I was young, it was awful. If there was any sort of mohair in anything that I put on, all of my elbows would just crack. And it's really not nice when you have these allergies to things, but I mean, it's beautiful, but yeah, it just got up my nose. But my allergies aren't as severe as they used to be. So that's a really, really good thing. Wow, look at the flippy edge. That's amazing.
It's growing.
Marion, that's lovely.
I am worried that I haven't got enough yarn.
It will work. You'll make it work. Even if you run out, you will find something else in your stash that can coordinate with it.
Yeah, well, it's now got to the stage where I can take it down to a shorter circular.
Oh,
I can go, because now it's all getting tangled, so I'll be swapping it onto my chow goose later today.
The lovely chow goose.
Oh yeah, because at the moment these, much as I like them, they twist, and chow goose don't.
They're just so amazing, aren't they? Anyway, I've just realised we haven't had any music.
No, we haven't.
Do you fancy a little bit of music?
Yes, let's have a bit.
So,
we've no idea what it is.
No, but what I will say is I'm going to let you into a little secret, and I don't know if Robert will let me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Apparently, there's going to be a link between this and Mondays. So I don't know what that is.
Well, it's 250 on Monday, isn't it?
No, we're 246 today, a week on Monday.
Yeah. Oh, right.
A week on Monday.
It's going to be one of Robert's peculiar links that is, you know.
I don't know. I have no idea, because I don't know the music either. When he asked me yesterday, he said, did I have any requests? I said, don't ask me. I said, because I would probably ask for the Sex Pistols, because that's what's running through my mind all of the time, at which he burst out laughing and said, okay, that he would do the choice. And I said, the only things I can, well, actually, what was running through my head, I had Talk going through my head, and the Sex Pistols. So that's why we've got Robert's choice. So we will go on to mute and enjoy today's musical interlude. Can I just say,
Amazing.
I don't think anyone was there not tapping their feet. Absolutely amazing. When it first came on, I thought, oh, it's going to be, river dance. You know, when they were all there, I thought, especially with the moves that they were doing, I thought it was Irish dancing, and I thought, let's tap. Oh my word. Well, I know there were other genres in there as well, but mainly tap in there. So absolutely love that. And can I just say, who was it? Was it Janice? That's what I thought as well. Where are my tap shoes? I'm sure I've still got a pair of tap shoes somewhere, probably at my parents'. So I need to get my tap shoes out. or go back and do tap. I mean, why do we stop these things? So do you know what? I may actually go and find a tap class somewhere and go back and start doing some tap, because I used to love it.
Never did tap. I did Scottish country dancing.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Which has a base in ballet, or ballet has a base in Scottish country dancing. Can't remember which way around it is.
Yeah, I did. What is it? I did ballet, but I gave it up quite quickly. And I did stage, modern, and tap. So, but I really like tap. And I just think, because you don't do tap without a real beat, do you? It's not done to anything gentle. Well, not normally. So absolutely fantastic. So thankfully, Trisha managed to get the music going. A quick refresh. Janice says, where is my tap shoes? I'm exactly the same. I love tap. It's the one dance that if I see it, it absolutely takes my breath away, like it did then. And everything else, I think there was, what is it? It was also almost verging on the Lindy Hop in some of them as well, wasn't it? So it was just like so many different bits in there.
My like tap was, do you remember the 30s and 40s films with Fred Astaire and all those marvelous jazz musicians? They were just amazing. But it did remind me that Richard and I used to go to ballroom dancing classes, and we got to the tango and we got thrown out because we were laughing so much. we just, yeah. We got thrown out of class.
Well, I think most of us have, haven't we? Over the years, one class or another. So don't worry about that. It makes you a proper gogglefrog. Deborah says, great choice, Robert. I absolutely agree with that. Brigitte says, so tempted to get out of my chair. Better not. So was I. It was just like, do you know what? Can I still do? Can I still do the steps? Of course you can. It won't be as clean and as sharp and as crisp as they were, but of course you can always still do these. You just have to be really careful that you don't injure yourself. Janice says, Brigitte, ha ha. Dawn says, would love to do tap dancing, but will probably put my back out, lol. Tap dancing, interestingly enough, is all about it's about staying straight, and all of the taps are done from the knee or from the ankle, so the body doesn't move to make those steps. So it's actually something where you may have to go a little bit slower, but yeah, you can actually do tap quite easily. And even as you move around, spin around, when people start to move, it's just to change the steps. And yeah, so it's quite weird, because you have to stand there just like wiggling your ankle backwards and forwards for ages to get it right, and then wiggling your like from the knee backwards and forwards, and you have to stand there and do nothing to make sure that you can do it. So of course you can. Maybe we should have a little bit of a tap at some point. Judy says, bye, got another meeting. Goodbye, Judy. Amber says,
bye.
Great choice of music. Yes, Amber. And I hope Princess opened an eye and then went back to sleep. Splodge hasn't even moved.
Splodge has come home, has she?
Yeah, it's taken a few days. So she stayed in last night, which meant I had to stay downstairs with her. Yeah.
Have you told them how Alan was with Ollie?
No, I haven't. Let's go through the chat and then we'll tell you. So Georgie says, oh my God, love that. So did we. We absolutely loved it too. I haven't even finished me row. It was that great. Tricia says that was fabulous and she's got to go. Good weekend to everyone. Lynn says, me too. Meditation class now. Have a lovely weekend, all. Enjoy. Janice says, I used to type like Fred, but it was Flintstone, not a stair. Don't be silly. Tap is for everybody. And
it doesn't matter how you dance or how well you dance. What matters is whether you enjoy it or not.
And do you know what? With tap, I think there's something that you can say. You do feel the beat, whatever you're dancing to. So it's amazing. You would have looked like Ginger Rogers. Ginger Rogers was not trained, was she?
No, I don't think so.
No, she
I
was.
think Charisse was, though.
Yeah, I think because when she used to do all those, I'm sure it is. Please let us know. I know that some of you will know. Sorry, let me turn that off. 10 notifications.
You
in 2
pinging or
minutes.
me pinging?
Sorry?
One of us is pinging.
No, it was my phone. There's 10 messages come through from somebody. So,
Oh, they'll be scammers.
but yeah, I'm sure it is Ginger Rogers that she wasn't trained like other people. So when she did all of those moves where she used to, because I just have these memories of there were swimming pools on stage. There were all of those steps going round the outsides. There were all these women in outfits all up the stage because they had these huge sets, didn't they? And then the big Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers at some point running around doing their tap, and then one of them would jump onto a chair or a settee and flip it over, and like they wouldn't fall. And they were doing all of these, we would call it acrobatics now, but they just saw it as dance and jumping up on a chair and letting it fall over and just jump off the other side and continue with their
Well,
routine.
there was Busby Berkeley, wasn't there, or Barkley?
I don't know.
There was the... Oh, it'll come to me. Leave it with me.
Dawn, you're on. She said we could have a tap workshop at Sheringham, ha. I think that's what we're going to do. It's going to be, I'll try and remember the steps and we'll try and do a little tap routine. So nothing too difficult, but we'll try and do it that you can even do it sitting down if you want, with just moving the knees and the toes. Janice is bringing her shoes. I will go and buy some because do you know what? I was never allowed to have the heels, and I'm going to go out and buy myself the heeled tap shoes because
Cuban heels, is that right? Cuban heels?
No, that they're like a little heel, but you always had to have flat tap shoes until you. I was the grade to have them, but I wasn't the age to have them. I think you were supposed to be about 13, 14. That's when I stopped doing my tap. So I always had to have flat shoes, and because I had big feet from the age of 11, I was like a size 7 flat shoes, so it was like a bit ungainly. So I'm going to get some heel tap shoes as well. Yeah, so that'll be 2 of us with tap shoes for Sheringham. Amber says Princess Curtain Crusher is up. She's eaten and saved her home from the evil striped string on a stick. Now it's time for a nap. So she's been up and playing. Do you know what? I've got Splodgy Dodgies here. So we'll have a go with Splodgy Dodgy. Although she I've told you that she sits on the sheepskin rug. Well, Alan picked it up and went, she's ruined it. This sheepskin rug is now all matted because she just sits there and treads and treads and treads all the time. So it has gone matted. But never mind, it's hers.
You can get the comb. You can wash it and get the comb to it.
I don't think this is going to come. But here's her little. I used some fjord wool, which is really quite cute. So I did mention, and we'll go straight onto Facebook after this. But I was looking through one of these magazines. I bought it ages ago. Loads of different ideas in here. But can you see those 2? So there's that.
Yeah.
With the fine stripes.
Yeah.
And then there's that one. And when I was reading through, I thought, there's so many of these different cakes, aren't there? And Marion, you've just bought some.
And I was given the 2 that came in the post.
No. You've just got some. I've got Meadow here. What's it called again, Stylecraft?
Batik swirl.
Batik swirl. There we go. So all of these cakes have different striping, don't they? And
yeah,
just like here, you can either have the big blocks or you can have the fine stripes. What they do is they do 2 rows from the middle and then 2 rows from the end of the ball. And I was just thinking, certainly with a lot of the cakes, they're all varying pinks or purples or greens, etc. So it's a really nice way to, if you are doing a cardigan, to get those lovely stripes around the rib. So, and I wouldn't have thought of doing that, but yeah, it's in this book. There's some really nice ones in it. And there's a lovely jumper in here with a different V at the front. So I'm not going to use this wool. I'll be using Stash for this, or I might use something amazing. But we'll see. But that was just a nice little interesting change. And I don't normally knit from the middle and the end to create stripes. So just a little idea for you. Then what else did I find as well? Oh, you know when you have these balls of blinking wool that you buy for something, and the nice big furry things that you think, I'd never wear something like that. I'd never make something like that for me and use it. I've made snoods, but I actually
careful with Katia patterns.
I know, I've made several.
Because they translate them from the Spanish into various languages. And I think the people that translate them are not knitters.
Well, I have actually made one very, very intricate, very lacy cardigan. It's beautiful, but I sometimes it's very simplistic, the translation, and sometimes it can be hard to understand. But,
yeah, this one was unbelievable. I ended up not doing it.
But here's an idea, because I know I can guarantee that in everybody's stash there'll be some fluffy stuff that you think I'll never ever use that. But I saw this and I thought, you know what? That's why I bought this book, because if you can do the simplest type poncho and then just edge it with wool, would look really, really nice. It doesn't have to be that big, but I just thought
very 1920s.
I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? So I'm actually going to see how much fluffy stuff I've got, because that'd be so quick. You don't need to stick to the actual designs, do you? This is, I'm sure it's done in Aran. So we've all got Aran. We've all got something that will match with some of that fluffy stuff that we'll probably never ever use. And I just thought that's really nice. Oh, and there's that's beautiful. And interestingly enough, I have seen this in Stylecraft patterns as well, and they're almost the same. So that's Katia, and I've got a pattern that I've bought that is, that's knitted, and then there's one in Stylecraft that's almost the same, different colours obviously, but it's yeah, I'm sure it's a Stylecraft one. So interesting how one's done a crochet and one's done that. So lovely little patterns as well there. Sorry, now I need to get into Facebook, don't I?
You're not going to tell them about Alan and Ollie, are you?
I can't. I will another day. I will another day. He's not very far away. He's just got up.
I thought there might be a reason. As I wasn't there and didn't see it, I can't recount the tale. So.
Oh dear. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's get into.
Where's your mum?
My mum's getting ready upstairs. So I'm sure she'll join us one day.
Are you going up to Leeds this weekend?
Yes, going up tomorrow. We've got a very early start tomorrow because we've got a visit at 1:30 tomorrow. So that'd be nice. Lovely. Mm-hmm. Right, okay, let me start sharing the screen. Right, okay, so from Dawn, this was hard work. She says, fabric this time. The fabric this time is linen, so lumps and bumps. Using a 2B pencil is best. Next stage is to sew a grid of tacking stitches to hold the three layers of fabric together. Oh my word.
Dawn is so patient. I do not know how she does it. I can't draw for toffee, but that looks amazing.
Marion, have you seen the words on this?
No.
As you said, Dawn is so
everything
good.
Is possible.
Yeah. How apt. Because when you see things and you think, oh, I can't, because I know, Marion, there's so much that you have done in the last couple of years or tried or a few years, which you wouldn't have done before. So, yeah.
I like to think that's the same with all of us.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, wow. Oh, look at this. Deborah, isn't it in socks? And that's the video in the background. That is a brilliant picture.
I like that. Whatever it is, she's got her iPad or stood on. I think that's wonderful.
That's really good, isn't it? Gives it a
I'd
really
like
good
to know
angle.
what it is, Deborah, because I think one of those would be ideal for Richard.
So please share. If not, I know it'll be an Amazon thing. But it's just nice.
You need to know what it's called, don't you?
Yeah. But and what a lovely garden. Looks beautiful. So lovely to see you. And I can't wait to see those socks. Lovely colours. Just look at those colours. Orange, lilac. Is that a chocolate, brown, blue? That's beautiful. I don't know what wool that is, but that is really exciting.
And the gardeners there cutting the grass already.
Brilliant. And Dawn says, started my embroidery sampler with a bit of stem stitch and some lazy daisy stitch. Oh, wow. That's nice. Do you know, I do need to get one of these stretch things so that I can do some of mine, because I've got a couple that I need to do as well. So I must get, every time I think I've got to get one, Robert says, it's okay, I've got loads. So one of these days, actually asking for tomorrow, and then hopefully he can bring me one round. But that's looking lovely. I'll be interested to know what colours are going to be on there. But that,
do you know what? It's taking me longer to sort my yarn out on a turn than it is to knit the row at the moment. So I must change down lengthwise. But before it would take me over an hour to do a row. Now I managed to get minimum of 2 rows done in an hour. So it's coming along.
Oh, wow. So Dawn says this is the preparation for the camphor pattern using a light box. So,
oh, wow.
I don't actually understand the camphor thing yet, so I'm sure I will at some point. I think I need to go.
You might have to Google it.
Exactly. It's one of those things that I need to say, okay, that's part of it. So what's the whole process, you know, from start to finish? So I can really get my head around it, but it looks really complicated and really good. Thank you. Marion says, look what arrived in the post today. So Ollie wasn't happy. No more yours.
No, he wasn't happy at all. I picked it up, I sat down, and he could see it was all squidgy, and he sat in front of me. And it was someone unwrapping it.
Oh,
and the look on his face when it wasn't an Eeyore had to be seen to be believed.
Oh, that's so funny. I tell you something, I do love that. Is it that sort of red in real life?
It's coral.
Because those shades look beautiful together.
Now you've done the shawl I'm going to do in it.
Oh, have I?
And it says right at the bottom, you can use another yarn. This is how it turned out using Serdar Batik. So I thought, I like that. I'm going to do that. So I've just got to find the pattern again, because that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, yeah, I do love a little batik swirl. Love it. And there's a note on there, Highland is very pretty. So one of those colours must be Highland.
The one at the top.
The one at the top, yeah, it's lovely.
Purples. And Jackie, keep your mitts off.
And you know, when I was showing that thing where you use the middle and the outside strands, just looking at those colour shades, they would be beautiful with that striping effect. And sometimes we just leave the cakes to do the work, and sometimes we should manipulate the colours.
Imagine how twisted they'd become if you're using the same cake.
Well, I have to say I don't really do it very often, but
sounds like hard work to me.
It is in the book. So,
Mummy, enough trouble with this getting twisted. Never mind about anything else.
I think if you did, you'd have to have it permanently on a kitchen roll holder, because the middle is going to get so floppy, and it's then going to be a project that can't travel at all. Because that's why I always think I tend to work from the outside in, because I don't like it when the whole blooming kit collapses inwards when you start from the middle.
There. Unless, of course, you can get 2 cakes and work one, they're both slightly different.
Yeah, that's one. And Judy says that I think she's been to Freya's. Lovely goodies. I've never been to Freya's. I know that Robert has. Have you been there, Marion?
No, I'm glad I haven't, because I think my credit card would take an almighty hit.
Yeah, so I know it's not very far from us, and I know Freya has moved recently, and I've just never been there. But it looks rather interesting, doesn't it? Some beautiful stuff looking
She did a regional day last year, didn't she? Not last year, the year before.
I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe she did. Sorry, Marion, you posted something here. I need to read it to make a comment on it. So you found this on another site, caused quite a lot of discussion. Knitting's resurgence reflects women's desire to confront inequality. I will read that afterwards. That sounds really good.
Yeah. 7 years research and spoke to 100 women.
Oh,
in the States.
Holy moly. I will read it.
On one.
I will read it.
I did too.
You've seen the live that we did the other night.
Beautiful, absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it is just gorgeous. I am always shocked at how beautiful the colour changes are. And I know you design a lot of these yourself, or you will say, Brigitte, oh, I just copied it from a book that I've got. And you just think there are people who would buy the blinking kits and not make them that beautiful. So, yes, it's gorgeous.
I'm one of them.
But if you don't put the stitch in exactly the right thread, it just looks out, doesn't it? And there's always so much accuracy in them. They're beautiful. Amber, let us know what you've actually done with this, because you said you weren't overly keen on that. So, but I love the colour. I absolutely love the colour. And it's interesting. Sometimes when things grow, you think, oh, yeah, the holes make it work. And then sometimes you need something plain. Sometimes it's just a stocking stitch, isn't it, that sets it off the best. But honestly, I constantly have to retry and try again. Even with this, like both of these work. I'll show you afterwards. But too much of one doesn't. So
I know what you mean.
It's just so strange. And like you said, Marion, actually, just looking at, let me know. When we look at that,
you've got to let the yarn tell the story sometimes.
Yeah, like the batik swirl really is beautiful in a long shawl. And like that one that you did in rhubarb and custard, absolutely gorgeous.
But yet again, the yarn had to tell the story. You couldn't have done it, all over lacy in a million years.
No.
Last weekend, another Marion, was knitting a beautiful cardigan. The pattern was lovely, but the yarn wasn't right. It was very much a variegated yarn. So, and she was upset, but she's going to get the right. You needed a plain yarn to show off the pattern, because it was totally lost in this variegated yarn.
It is. So do let us know. I love to know. And sometimes if we frog things, or sometimes it might take us a few months to be able to frog it. because our heart was in it. But just let us know. This was, T-Bone flaked our afternoon playing in the beach and the sea. He's in his new Wales top. Oh, look at beautiful. Oh, T-Bone, are you enjoying that? Absolutely gorgeous. Are you home now or are you still there? Let us know. Viv, that is, we mentioned this the other night, the rechargeable neck fan. It bends, so fits to any neck size. That looked amazing. So Viv, thank you for sharing. And Tracy's ordered one on Amazon. Did we show these the other night, the yarn pegs?
What, on Wednesday?
Yeah. No,
Wednesday was a bit of a blur.
We didn't, because we were on Facebook. I was just trying to make sure. Deborah's bought these beautiful yarn pegs. How organised is that?
More organised than me.
Absolutely incredible. And yes, you can, like you said, help you plan your scrubbies sets. And I think as well, when we have, sometimes if you put balls of wool together, full balls of wool, they don't work, and you need much smaller bits to see if they would work in striping, if they'll work in Fair Isle, etc. Because often we'll put colours next to each other and say they're not going to work, but sometimes when it's much finer, you can see.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So brilliant idea. I love them, absolutely love it. Dawn, this is your new camphor kit. Looking forward to starting this one. Also bought a set 3 embroidery samplers to practice my stitches before I try something more ambitious. They look gorgeous. And still knitting the shawl for your mother-in-law, but I'm in a stitchy frame of mind at the moment. Yeah, they look lovely. Camphor Hope hair kit. I just love the fact that everything is possible on there. That's really nice. I want something like that on my wall. And Brigitte sharing their puddings, their desserts. Pearl anniversary champagne dinner at Notre Jardin. Absolutely amazing. So hopefully you had a beautiful anniversary. Deborah, away overnight in the camper, and she managed to finish her latest pastel rainbow scrubbies set, ready to go on her Etsy shop. Way, aren't they
look
lovely?
Stunning, don't they? I love that
colours.
Colorway.
They're so good. Well done, Deborah. That was I'm sure we've shared that.
Well, not sure.
I think we did. Well, I've shown it anyway today, but finished my camphor kit. Enjoyed it so much, I've ordered another one. A plan is to stitch together with the ones Lizzie's done to create a wall hanging. Oh, it's just so
wow.
nice. So I'm going to have to look at this afterwards and find out what the whole, is it that it's little stitches, or do you stitch bits together? I'm going to have a look and see what the art of the camphor kit is, because they look like individual stitches not joined together. So I think that's key in camphor, isn't it? Whereas normally it's quite easy to do a long line, whereas with these they have to have a space in between them, which is actually harder, isn't it?
And it's so neat and even. Brigitte says that looks complicated, Dawn. And then Brigitte talks about Freya, that her stuff is very tempting, and that Freya was indeed a host, a keynote speaker at our regional day when she was viciously attacked by a neighbour's dog. And then she goes on to say that she doesn't design, she just follows the beautiful charts. The only thing she did with the bell pull was sort out where to put what. I have to tell you, and Brigitte knows this one, every time I go to Norway, I look and see if I can just buy a pattern book for her, just a chart of typical Norwegian designs. All the years I've been going to Norway, in every port, Stavanger, Bergen, and Larnes, Alta, everywhere, not one. not one have I been able to buy a book just of charted Scandinavian cross-stitch designs. You'd have thought it would have been easy. No.
No.
So I'm on a mission. Because I can't get it, I want it.
Oh, bless. I'm sure we'll find one eventually for you. This was Linda's, done the same as me. I'm just seeing if we caught up. Oh, naughty, 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 naughty Trisha.
Christmas.
Not Christmas. It's just like showing us all those beautiful goodies. So, yes, it is that time of year. They will have been planning all of this for the last 12 months or at least 6 months, because as soon as you get to January, that's it. You're on to Christmas in retail. So, yeah, Christmas gift guides. And then another person who's actually co-presenting at the moment sent me a link. A lovely gluten-free hamper from them as well. So that's lovely. Let's have a quick look. Oh,
what's that?
Sarah's waterfall cardigan. I do think we did this on Monday, but a pattern that she's done before with her Aldi yarn from March.
Yeah.
Doing it with some thinner yarn and bigger needles, and she loves the drape so far. So can't wait to see how that's taking shape, Sarah.
Yeah.
The gluten-free biscuit hamper been shared by Tracy, and you've sent me it as well. I might have to order it. And then Sue's tessellation shawl pattern from Wool is the Answer, as is the yarn Wobbly Lollies. Ready for a chilly midsummer night. That's beautiful as well. So do share a beautiful picture of you wearing that as well, I think. And we did share these on Monday, didn't we? I think we did.
Yeah,
we did. So I think we've caught up. If there's anything that I've missed, I am sorry. Let me know, and we will catch it on Wednesday. No, Monday's the next show. What day is it?
You'll notice that I now have my husband quite well trained. He's bought me up a cup of tea. Granted, it's 3 minutes to 11 without being asked, with the comment, "Are you going to sort out the smallest room?" Because when my aunt came to stay, I dumped everything in there. Now I've got to undump it so I can go back in there.
And how is your
aunt? To say is the coolest room in the house. This is the warmest. I don't know why. This is the warmest, and I'm very humid at the moment. But yes, and then we can still see my lovely cross stitch behind me. So yes, this weekend I must tidy that room, but it'll probably be next or sometime, because I'll find something else better to do, like knit or read a book. I've read a lot just recently.
Have you?
Yes, Richard introduced me to somebody called MJ Lee. D.I. Ridpath is the policeman, and yes, interesting.
Oh, you must share what the book is in the group, because we're always looking for good books, aren't we?
Yes, I know they're on Apple, and I'll tell you what's annoying me at the moment is you'll find a series in iStore and you'll buy it. You've done series books 1 to 5. Books 6 plus are on Amazon.
Who pays the best money?
Exactly. And it's really annoying. I'm reading a series at the moment that I now can't get on Apple. It's on Amazon, and if I want the actual books, they've got to come from the States, even though they're based in England.
Oh wow, that's rather interesting, isn't it?
And with that, they're expensive.
I'm sorry, it's 11 o'clock. Where has the hour gone? So I didn't tell you. I was going to tell you a little story about a book. Well, we'll save it for another day. I'll tell you what the book is that I'm reading, because it's amazing.
And yes, I'm nearly finished 2 rows. Yay! If I started when I first came up, I might even have done 3 rows. So that will show you how much this is going so much quicker.
Well, we will see. She'll probably have it finished by Wednesday, you know, Marion.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So anyway, thank you so much, Marion. It has been an amazing hour. I hope that you've had a lovely hour too. Brigitte, please tell us what German mustard you've had delivered, because I've just got some German mustard that I think is amazing. So put it in the group, please. And thank you for joining us. Have an amazing weekend. If you're in the UK, happy Father's Day for tomorrow, and see you again on Monday at 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay, the Monday evening is a week on Monday, so this Monday coming 10 o'clock in the morning. See you then. Take care. Bye.
Bye.